Are we golden? Hello? We're live. Hello? Does that sound good?
Dark as hell in here.
Okay. Hopefully the volume's good. Okay, the volume is perfect. Okay. Just let's just wait to see how everyone gets here. I'm gonna turn back my fan. Man, I love notifications. Okay. Okay. So, what are we doing today? Streaming. Haven't done in a while. 2 videos dropped. 2 big bangers, I should say. Then we're just gonna be playing 9-1 Operator. It's a random game, I know, but like, I couldn't really find anything else to do. We're just doing this. God, I don't know how people can sit here for like 5 minutes and wait. What are you supposed to do? I'm gonna just start the stream. Yeah, I guess people will just drop in and start midway. I'll probably recap. Yeah, let's start it. What do we got here first? First, we got how to logically survive skinwalkers or big fellas or cryptids. You know, I call them big fellas. How would you logically survive them? I wonder if you can kill skinwalkers. That gives me an idea. Anyways, let's just start it.
It's just dark as hell in here. I'm probably gonna turn around soon.
Oh god, hold on, let me This is the quality like maximum. Oh, this is the guy's terrible video. Okay. 280p.
Holy crap, dude, this trail going on forever.
Why are you going deeper into the woods? It's my question.
It just got really quiet really fast.
Yeah, there's probably something nearby. Is that a dog? I just saw something white. Why would... Wait a minute. Why would you just stop? Like, turn off the motorcycle? If you're, like, in an unaware area, if that's the right word. Like, uninhabitable area where you could possibly be in danger. Why would you just stop the motorcycle?
That was my cue to leave.
You think?
I've always sort of entertained the idea of mythical creatures or cryptids being real. And can you really blame me? If there are such things as a 9-foot-tall aggressive beast that devours humans yet somehow manages to climb trees, or a massive 90-foot-long ocean creature, is it really that unbelievable that there are other animals that appear humanoid in nature, such as the skinwalker or wendigo? And if that's not enough, researchers have been theorizing that due to the strange, uncomfortable, and almost frightening feeling that the uncanny valley effect has on humans,
the hell is this?
It may be explainable with the fact that we possess an instinct from the course of our evolution to be wary and scared of things that appear to be
I don't like that.
but are not. With that being said,
he's growing. Bro's growing facial hair. He's going down the Wendigoon route.
Be like if rather than being the mythical creatures that we think them to be, they were creatures that just had yet to be discovered by science. What would the most logical way be to survive an encounter with each one? Welcome, I'm Mr. Mirage, and in this video we're going to be going over many different cryptids and not only just how to survive them, but how dangerous each one would be, as well as how realistic and believable each one is, and then putting them all on a scale that I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with by now. To do this, I'll be looking into the original alongside some of the newer mythos in order to take a logical approach to skinwalkers and other cryptids.
Okay, are we gonna take a logical approach, or are we just gonna be like, if you find yourself in front of any of these creatures, kiss your ass goodbye, because you're not gonna survive? Is that basically what we're doing? Because if so, I the video already ended.
Before I start this video, I do want to go over the fact that everything said in this video is just simply my opinion. It is in no way fact, nor should it be taken as such. So just overall, it's probably better to take everything I say in all my videos with a grain of salt.
Okay, so like giving financial advice level of like warning. Okay.
Regardless of this, I will be trying to keep as true to the original mythos as I can, but for some, I
Oh,
think it
that's
would be
cool.
enhanced if I took from some of the newer iterations as well, but I'll make sure to pay respects to the original one in all of those situations. And for this specific How to Logically Survive video, since it is debatable if these things do actually exist in real life, I will be stating whether I personally believe in each one of these creatures.
Okay.
But like I said, just
I've
because I
seen
believe
that.
in it does not
It's
mean
like a
it's
weird
real.
monkey.
I'm probably just stupid, and I don't want you guys to be like scared or like intimidated by thinking these things are actually real.
No. They could definitely be real. We don't know. There's a reason people would tell you don't go into the like deep forest, because it's not just put aside like cryptid creatures. You got cannibals, hillbillies, animals that could like just maul you to death. There's a reason people don't tell you don't go into the forest. Now, if you add these things to the equation, you're cooked. Like, the deeper you go, the more lost you're gonna get, and the more likely you're gonna encounter one of these things. Or if you're out in the middle of the desert for some reason.
Because no matter what I say, there's still like a 99% chance they're all fake. So
What's up?
keep that
Yo,
in mind.
John.
Starting with one of the
Scarface.
most famous cryptids, the Wendigo.
We're watching How to Logically Survive Skinwalkers, and we're seeing if we can logically survive them.
Term thrown around very frequently, and I feel like many
The
people
Wendigo.
recently have been confusing them with skinwalkers. So later in the video, when I do cover them,
Okay.
I'll go over why. The Wendigo is the first of our native cryptids, or ones that were originally stories passed
Good.
down by tribes long ago. Now, the original mythos of the Wendigo was supposed to be a sort of dark spirit taking over the soul and body of a human that has become so desperate with its hunger
Ugh.
that it resorted to cannibalism, and they're then cursed and transformed into this creature who roams the forest and preys on other humans forever.
Yeah,
They're
don't they
often
have-
depicted with antlers.
Don't they have like an ice heart or something? I remember Wendigos like having like some, like you can actually like execute them because they have like some ice heart or something. I don't know if it's true or not. But I think I remember seeing it somewhere. That's a cool design. Pretty standard Wendigo.
And with almost mummified skin that makes them appear to be visibly starving, as, like I said before, the hunger of the Wendigo is never satiated. Whether the skull is part of it or just something it wears tends to vary by account. In recent years, the mythos has evolved to make the Wendigo less of a spirit that possesses humans, but rather an entity that seems to be a cross between a deer and a human, that's similar to the original, stalks and kills humans in the woods. So I'll
Okay.
leave which one is more scary up to you. Now,
People.
as for my opinion on this whole original versus new adaptation thing, I tend to enjoy both versions because I feel like they are both very
Eating some pizza rolls
intimidating
right
and
now.
disturbing creatures.
Nice. I just ate two small muffins or cupcakes with my coffee. Yes, roll in the cupcake joke. Whatever. That is not a Wendigo. What the hell is that? That looks like a troll.
However, when it comes to a biological sense, I do believe the new creature is a more realistic approach. If these things were to exist, that it would be a predatory relative of some sort of stag-like
Wendigo.
creature that has evolved longer horns and longer claws.
Okay, now that looks like a better design. It's like a possessed deer, like a mutated deer right here. That looks cool. But why does it have hands?
A method of hunting bigger prey, but the scariest thing about a humanoid creature like this is often the fact that they possess extreme maneuverability, combining the pros of human biology with the pros of animal biology. Wendigos
Okay.
are assumably intelligent and with an insatiable desire for humans. Some sources state it is nearly impossible to escape one of these. However,
But can you kill it?
doesn't seem to possess the ability to swim fast at all. There is a possibility that if
The
you can
bat.
make it to a nearby river or lake, it wouldn't follow you. And if it did, it would not be as efficient in the water.
Upon
as
doing
most-
research, deer can indeed swim, but in the case of Wendigos, water would make the playing field more even. I don't know if it make the playing field more even. I feel like it could swim, but the fact that it looks so emaciated, it might just flow away. Like it has like holes in the skin. It could probably like just sink.
And deers are not what you would call aquatic mammals. Plus, using the tide of the
Yes, they are.
river could gain you ground without using effort. It would then be recommended to exit on the opposite side of the river once the Wendigo is out of sight. But let's say it is a fight or die situation. Throughout history, the human race has exerted its dominance over bigger and stronger creatures.
Yeah,
with the use
humanity!
of ranged weapons. But no, I refuse to just say, pull out a gun and shoot the thing as a way of surviving.
Why?
So operating under the assumption that you have no gun, if you notice one of these things stalking you, using a sharp object that is relatively long to charge
spear.
towards it while talking in a loud, intimidating tone, if you're lucky, could end in you impaling it before it manages to reach you.
Yeah, you just rush the Wendigo with a sharp stick and go and just stab it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Perfect sense. Why wouldn't we have a gun in America? Sure.
Familiar, most animals will become intimidated if you manage to land a couple good blows on them, as well as talking in a loud and intimidating tone. A great example of this is often if something like a saltwater crocodile or a great white shark has you in its teeth, one of the best things you can do in that situation is going
poke
for
the nose?
sensitive spots like the eyes, nostrils, and in the case of a shark, its gills, in order
They have
to
gills?
inflict some pain onto the creature and get it
I didn't
to
know that.
suddenly let you go. I also think bear spray would be another
Bear spray,
alternative,
okay.
as it would be a method of blinding the creature. It would also give you an opportunity to run, as well as making it easier to stab it. So if you want to just do a little bit of pepper spraying it and then stabbing it, it might be a way to defend yourself against this
What?
thing. So with this in
Dude,
mind,
that's more illogical than using a gun. You're telling me you're gonna be out in the middle of the forest with nothing to protect yourself, but somehow you have time to sharpen a stick into a spear to stab the Wendigo. Okay, and you have bear spray for some reason. Yeah, prepare yourself for everything else, but something logical like a gun.
it does take a little bit of skill and luck to fight off one of these things.
You think?
So when in doubt, bring some thermal vision scopes and something to defend yourself from range. So all in all, do I think Wendigos are real? Well,
No.
in the case of the spirit possessing the person who was a cannibal, I would say most likely not. But what about the more modern recreation of it? Likely still no. But I would not be surprised if in the past something like that may have existed, but it is very unlikely that something like that
Because people always bring a singular stick and a bear spray for camping. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I have a tiny axe. That probably works better than me sharpening up a stick for like a minute. Yeah, it's gonna be like, it reminds me of fighting in the 1700s where they just had lines of people with like muskets, and they just took like a whole minute looking at each other, pushing the ramrod down the barrel, and waiting to shoot. Yeah, how does that? Oh my god, that doesn't make any sense. Like, use a gun, easy.
capacity that are in the legend exists still today. With all that in mind, the Wendigo takes an 8 on the Your Fuck scale.
Bloop, normal speed. What the hell's bloop? Oh, what is that? It's supposed to be a leviathan?
Our next creature on our list is something you would find in the open seas. In 1997, an ultra-low frequency, high-amplitude underwater sound was detected by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Now, this noise was said to be so loud that there were places from across the globe that were still picking it up on their radars. Now, early speculations were that this was some sort of marine creature. However, later on, the government would come to state that it was a underwater ice quake, and everyone else would just blow it off like nothing happened. Now, this explanation was enough for a normal person. However, lucky for you guys, that's not me.
He talks like a Burger King foot lettuce guy. You think so? I think it's because he started to grow like facial hair. He started to talk like that. Okay. Unless he's always talked like that. I've never noticed it. Now I have to imagine Chill's voice on this guy.
Also, still think that it is some sort of giant marine creature hiding underneath our waves, naming it after the sound, calling it the bloop. I'm going to be going off this picture
the goofiest thing,
as it is the most common one used. I'm fully aware that it probably doesn't look like this, but it does depict a huge creature with a huge jaw big enough to make such a sound. So let's just say you're out at sea, on a diving mission with your boat above you, when suddenly you hear a screech that makes the water around you move. And this
Silly
gigantic
little
thing
fish.
emerges from the depths in front of you. So
Okay,
how would
let's put it into perspective. A whale. The only reason it can survive is because of water, right? This thing has to be way bigger than a whale, and the pressure must be immense for it. So, could it survive? Probably not.
you survive this? The answer is, if this thing wanted to kill you, it would. But when it comes to a creature this big, that might not be the case. For reference, if you've ever heard of the devilish hellspawn creatures called killer whales, they aren't known to attack humans in the wild.
Oh yeah, key note, he has a severe fear of orcas for some reason.
Simply because they're intelligent, but because they don't see us as worthy prey. And those things are still like 3 times smaller than the blue whale, and 10 times
Where'd you get this
smaller than
design?
what the images depict the bloop to be. So in reality, you would not have to worry about this thing hunting you as prey, as you would be absolutely nothing to it.
Yeah, you
But
probably,
what
like-
would have to worry
Sorry,
about
that's my
is
chair
taking
squeaking.
collateral damage because of how big this thing is and accidentally being killed,
Eiffel
and
Tower.
running into you, or just falling into its mouth. This is also often a problem people have with blue whales, as they tend to breach the surface while they're eating other things, and since they're so big, they cause damage to boats and people swimming in the water. So if you're unlucky enough to stand in this thing's path, your main goal would be to move as quickly as possible out of the way. But depending how deep
You wanna what?
are,
Okay, you wanna know what that reminded me
your
of?
main goal
It reminds me of the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob. Come on, you can't tell me it doesn't look like that.
would be to move as quickly as possible out of the way. But depending how deep you are, moving upward could cause something referred to as the bends or nitrogen sickness, which is something caused by ascending too quickly underwater while diving. As
Wait.
horrific as this-
That's not how it works. You have to be really deep for that. It does look like that. Yeah. Hold on. Let's go back to this. Decompression sickness. The only way you could get this is if you went deep into the ground, deep under the water, for you to actually start getting nitrogen. And at that point, you have to be in a chamber to be able to survive at that depth. You can't just swim down as deep as you can go and swim back up. That's not how it works. The decompression sickness. No.
is something caused by ascending too quickly underwater while diving. As horrific as this sounds, the best way to avoid being damaged by this thing is, if it is barreling towards you, to hold on to any part of it other than its mouth and use your legs to kick off as hard as you can away from it. Another option would be bringing a friend with you that could
Oh,
attach
yeah,
a
friend.
line that would allow him to use the boat to drag you away.
I don't think he knows how diving works. You need a diving bell, then you need a chamber. Then you can, even at that point, you are so lucky to like not die immediately when you go into the water, because you could just explode or be turned to mush because the pressure is so deep down there.
Is also unlikely to attack your boat, but if it did, this would most likely end in death unless you have an extremely quick boat. Whales aren't known to be the fastest creatures, but this thing's size would make up for its lack of speed. So do I think this is real? Well, maybe not this exact picture of the creature, but if you ask the question of, do I believe the bloop was not an ice quake and rather something huge under the ocean called...
Yes, it was Agartha. Hollow Earth exists. That's where all the elves are hiding.
Out 100%. And this is only because the ocean is only 5% discovered, and it makes up a majority of our planet. So do we really know what lurks down there in the deepest parts of the ocean?
No.
And could we really say that there isn't currently, or was, something that was big enough to make a sound like that? And that's not something I will ever find out, because you would not catch me dead looking for that thing in the ocean. Regardless, since the bloop would only be difficult to avoid situationally, and you would have to be diving into the ocean to encounter it, I give the bloop a number 5 rating.
You'd have to be like a
In case
complete
you're
bumbling
unaware,
dumbass.
Australia doesn't need cryptids to be dangerous. From dinosaur-like birds that can tear you apart, to saltwater crocodiles that are triple the size of the average adult and can roll you to death. So to be honest, if cryptids do exist in any place, it would be Australia. And I've honestly
Australia,
been
okay.
surprised with the amount of Australians that will try to trick tourists into the idea
They look so cute though. Koalas, come on. They have chlamydia, but like, they look adorable.
of a carnivorous koala known as the drop bear. Now,
The
this
drop bear?
creature, I have seen pictures of it being small as well as a gigantic one.
The hell is that? That is not a friendly koala. I do. It looks like the mega sloth from like Fallout 76.
Mammoth drop bear, which to me seems like a grizzly bear-sized koala, which I could definitely see being real. Similar to koalas, they hide in
like,
trees or drop down and kill its target. Now, I understand this is definitely one of the less scarier and intimidating cryptids.
No, it's because I don't think koalas are carnivorous.
Concept is still dead.
They're like vegetarians, I think.
Places in Australia tend to have signs warning for dangerous creatures, so just avoid walking at night through thick brush alone. You could also use blunt force objects to defend against the small ones, as they are only the size of tiny koalas. And when it comes to the big ones, quickly moving to an area with no trees to limit their mobility, as they are designed for climbing, not running. So it is assumed that once you make it out of the trees, that they would lose interest. And when it comes
that doesn't make any sense, because koalas in and of themselves are just completely brain dead. They barely move. They don't even eat the right food. So you're telling me a grizzly bear-sized koala is gonna be dropping down on you with the dexterity of a predator? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, totally.
Deciding whether these creatures are real, I think we should be asking less of are they real and more of should they be real. Australia is already like kind of a melting pot of horrific creatures that all want to kill you. Can we just leave koalas as like the one thing in Australia that is like not horrific? But
okay, Australia does have non-horrific things. They're called quokkas. They're adorable, and they should not be harmed.
But since drop bears are probably the least threatening one that I'm going to cover today, I'll give drop bears a 2 on our list, since they're
looks like a zombie koala
that have the ability to climb fast instead of running fast. Now, the goatman is special to me because it is one of the first cryptids that I learned about. I'll never be able to forget that episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved.
I hate BuzzFeed Unsolved. I'm a controversial opinion, but I despise BuzzFeed Unsolved for how unserious they are. Like, I get they're trying to put on entertainment, but come on, you're dealing with something that like people want to know about, not goof about. If they want to see something goofy, they'll just watch some other guy. I don't like BuzzFeed Unsolved. I'm sorry.
That episode of BuzzFeed.
I'm not sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry, because I genuinely don't like them for how unserious they are.
Solved, where the two main guys are dancing around on Goatman's bridge and taunting him. Despite this, Goatman does seem, with further research, to have a much more serious mythos surrounding it. The Goatman legends tend to have many variants, such as the Maryland Goatman that is said to be a result of punishing unethical science experiments on animals, causing the doctor to become Goatman, and then roaming around Fletcherton Road. And then alternatively, there's a Texas Goatman that revolves more around a goat-human amalgamation that haunts a Texas lake. Goatman to me is another one.
Yeah, so it's like a miniaturized minotaur.
One of these examples where there is a more spiritual, magical version versus biological entity-driven version. Either way, the Goatman mythos always seems to depict a half-goat, half-man creature that goes around terrorizing towns by doing things such as taking
Texas Goatman Massacre. Dude, I'd love to see that. It'd just be a guy with horns. That's it.
And then eventually breaking into your house and well, let's just say it's not good.
Wait, hold on. Let's read that.
Breaking into your house and
like cryptid the Grunch. Is that the uncle of the Grinch? Yes, I'm scared of the Grunch. Either way, the urban legends often tell of it killing young couples in parked cars or sky. This just sounds like a anti make out with your girlfriend type deal. It's like, don't go outside or else you'll get murdered by the goat man. What the hell is that? Is that... Oh. They're breaking in... The Diddy creature. Yeah, there's an R, an A. How bad is it? Jesus Christ. There are also tales of it breaking into people's houses. Okay, so now we're dealing with, like, a creature from Berserk. We're not just dealing with the goat man. We're dealing with, like, the Berserk demon. And many attest to its area. Dude, if you get clapped by the goat man, that's unfortunate. It does not matter if you're a man or a woman. He will overtake you and clap your cheeks nonetheless. Wow, okay. I didn't know Berserk had influence in the creation of the goat man.
well, let's just say it's not good. Alternatively, in the case of Do you copy? Something similar goes down in a watchtower in the middle of the woods. And since this is such a good indie horror game, I'll be using it for the premise of our Goatman example. For those unfamiliar with the scenario, the Goatman is known to cause disappearances in the forest that you were watching over, and one night you come into contact with a solo camper screaming for help. He claims he's being hunted by an unknown creature whose screeches are...
This is also something I have with like news stations and news stories. Claimed, alleged. If it's still alleged, if you saw it with your own eyes, I don't know what isn't alleged. If you're claiming that you're being chased by a creature, you're probably being chased by a creature. Sorry, it's just like a nitpick I had. Like, it was so schizo.
That they sound like trees falling and can be heard from miles in every direction. And after a while, to make things worse, it is hard to tell whether Goatman is hunting the hiker or using him to get to you. Especially because the hiker will say odd things over the radio and then act like he...
back at it again. Honestly, he gave up his whole bird aesthetic, or his falcon aesthetic. He turned into a goat. Yes.
Never said anything. The Goatman possesses the ability to stalk and the force to break down doors and
What the hell?
essentially impale you. Now, I don't really know which
What the hell
position
is
would
that?
be worse here, because on one hand, you're up in a giant obvious tower, and on the other, you're like exposed off in the dark woods. But at least when you're in the woods, there is kind of somewhere to hide. But when you're in the tower, you're kind of just like a huge beacon. But if you were...
Dude, I'd rather be in a huge beacon than right down on ground level, right next to the... It's like the Diddy Demon.
Down in the woods, I would assume that if Goatman did attack you, it would be in the form of charging you and attempting to impale you with his horns. So in that case, you would just want to run in like a zigzag pattern. So you would throw it off its course and it would be unable to strike you with its horns. And if you get lucky, it could even run into something that it could get its horn stuck in, giving you time to escape. Alternatively, if you were in...
Why do you think it's like some Looney Tunes like monster? It's like it just, oh, I'm running zigzag, it's gonna lose sight of me. The object permanence doesn't exist for him. Goatman, a member of the Offenders Force. Offenders, assemble! We got... Jesus Christ, true. I don't know why they decided to add that detail to the Goatman lore. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So, probably someone getting freaky.
Watchtower, you could use the roof as a way of getting behind it and giving you a method of escape, as it will be distracted searching for you inside. But I would imagine not leading it directly to you through the radio is probably a good idea too. Now, while there is no way of getting you guys to believe what I'm about to tell you, I fully do believe that a humanoid goat creature does exist somewhere because of one of my own explorations that I went on with a few friends a while back. Long story short, we're in this area that contained a huge sprawl of open fields and swamps as well as dense...
Where the hell are you going?
...on a lot of land that was extremely locked up. Despite all the warnings that a locked gate purveys, we continued to explore around in this area, and eventually I would see two white eyes that, you know, when things reflect off of an animal's eye.
What? It's just a goat. It's just a friendly goat. Yeah, sure. They're gonna be scary, but it's a goat.
That appeared to be drinking from one of the pits of water. Originally, I thought it was a bear because it stood up like one, and I was scared that we were gonna have to deal with some sort of grizzly. However, when I flashed a light on it, it had the horns of a goat. So it's safe to say
it was probably a goat.
We did not stay much longer, nor did we ever go back. It's also safe to say that no one is ever going to believe what I just said. But
yeah, because logic would dictate it's probably a goat. You probably went on some poor guy's farmland.
Because of that encounter, I do believe in the Goatman legend. Since the Goatman is
guys, all we have to do is just hide in a bush, have big white eyes, boom, we're the bush creature, we're the bush demon. That's the logic he's basically conveying.
A fairly intimidating force, but I would say not as intimidating as something like the Wendigo I'll give it a 7 on the Warfuck scale.
Really?
You hear the term skinwalker thrown around a lot nowadays, along with many entities kind of mimicking its concept in popular horror movies and analog horrors respectively. The original Navajo legend states that skinwalkers
Are
are usually
witch.
shamans or people that use magic that can turn themselves into any sort of animal as well as mimic humans. But you can usually tell the difference because usually a skinwalker becomes an animal that doesn't seem to look or act right, such as a coyote or in some cases deers that walk on 2 legs. Which
Okay, let me just put like some clarification right here. I did my own research like a while ago, I think, and from what I found, the better the animal looks, like the cleaner and less decayed it looks, the more screwed you are facing a skinwalker. Like if it looks like trashy or like it's a rotted corpse, it's a pretty newbie shaman. But if it's like perfect, like deer imitation, like barely any infractions, you're cooked.
act right, such as a coyote or in some cases deers that walk on 2 legs, which the latter is often when it gets confused with wendigos. Skinwalkers have been claimed to be seen by many people. They are known
I'm gonna
to
kidnap a skinwalker and make it turn to a thick goth mommy. Dude, you already know. You already know the meta. That's that's space right there.
only shapeshift but to mimic sounds of other creatures, which is a rare but not unheard of trait when it comes to animals. Skinwalker sightings are most of the time
Okay, but they're not animals. They're humanoids.
recorded as animals that aren't acting right or silhouettes of something in the distance that you can't really confirm exactly what it is, but is it implied to be a skinwalker. And I do feel like it's necessary to mention that there are, like the Wendigo, multiple depictions of the skinwalker, and it does come down to the same sort of black magic caused skinwalker versus like a entity like physical being. And just in case it doesn't make any sense, here's the difference between the original and the more modern.
Okay, so we got a werewolf right here. We got the Mighty Morphin furry. We got the rake right here. That's not even a skinwalker. We got the rake. That looks like a hyena. Not sure what hyenas are doing in North America, but okay, we'll let it slide. And then we got the rake again, or like some alien. Okay, so we got the four monster force. We got the fantastic furries.
Depiction of the skinwalker. Modern adaptations have gone even further to create the legend of a skinwalker-like creature known as the rake that is spawned from a creepypasta. The rake
It is not a skinwalker, dude. It's never been told as a skinwalker. A rake is the rake. Come on.
similarities, but is not officially a skinwalker.
Yeah, okay.
But it without a doubt inspired some of the modern designs. Now, what I think is the first method of surviving skinwalkers would be identifying them. If there is an animal or even a humanoid that doesn't seem to be acting correctly, like twitching or moving erratically, as well as making weird noises, then steer clear and run the opposite direction. Alternatively, if the whole forest around you suddenly goes quiet, it's a general rule of thumb to run.
There's probably
because
something
that
there.
means that everything like frogs and bugs have all sensed something big nearby and ran away. It is assumed that skinwalkers use these mimicked sounds to lure things towards it. A
Okay.
sort of quick identification of whether something is a skinwalker or not, and if you suspect it might be, then booking it inside or somewhere where you can lock a door and making sure everyone around you is acting like themselves and is not just the skinwalker mimicking them. Skinwalkers are without a doubt something that is terrifying to a lot of people, and it's really hard for me to give an opinion on whether I think they're real or not, as I have heard a lot of weird and unnatural animal sounds in places where they should not be over my time of exploring random locations, such as unnatural repeated owl
For you to believe in skinwalkers, you got to believe shamans are real. And for shamans to be real, you have to believe in some native magic. And if you believe in some native magic, at that point you're just opening the door to like everything out there. So there's a lot of loops you have to go through. If you think skinwalker, and they're probably real, I'm gonna be honest. I believe in them. They probably exist somewhere out in the middle of like Arizona or like Texas, but like up here, but like in the west of America, I doubt it.
is where they shouldn't be, or something like chicken noises coming from out in the blizzard. And that's not just something I made up. that actually happened. And I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't know if it was a skinwalker or not, because I immediately shut my doors and went nowhere near that, because I have no interest in figuring out whether that is an actual skinwalker or not, or if it's just my imagination fucking with me.
Probably your
I think
imagination.
whether you believe in skinwalkers is up to you. But regardless, I would say skinwalkers are definitely more dangerous than wendigos, as they can attack in many different ways and possess many forms of trickery to lure you. So I'm gonna give
I guess.
it a 9 on
Well,
the
okay,
scale.
okay. They have eldritch magic. That's why they're more dangerous. They have native Hadouken magic, or whatever the hell. Like they're the ancestor gods to help them. That's why. That makes more sense. It was probably a crackhead on Fent making noises. Probably. Or a more logical take, like, I know I don't like to, like, I say some illogical things when I'm dealing with my own type of, like, monster or whatever, but if he went to the forest and he saw a cracked out deer, it's probably not a skinwalker. You wanna know what it is? It's probably the zombie disease that turns the deers into, like, zombies and starts making them waddle around. It looks, make them look decayed, and they have, like, warts everywhere. That's more likely than, oh, I just stumbled upon a skinwalker in, like, Alaska. Yeah, sure. Rabies, yeah, or rabies, true. The Ningen. Really? Really, we're going to Japan now. What the hell is it? It looks like a weird eel. Okay. Big deal. Big deal
Ninjin
eel.
is yet another one of our ocean cryptids, but this one inhabits a completely different part of the globe. Originating from Japanese folklore with Ninjin meaning human, the Ninjin is described as an Arctic humanoid life form inhabiting the icy waters of the Antarctic. Reportedly observed on multiple occasions by crew members of government-operated whale research ships. They are said to be completely white in color,
Whale
with
research.
the estimated length of 20 to 30 meters.
It looks like a fat rake. Yeah, it looks... It does.
And honestly,
Big
it kind of
back.
reminds me of like a fucked up, disturbing rendition of a mermaid. It is said to possess arms and a roughly humanoid form with a tail. Now, Ninjin sightings are really rare, and they tend to happen mostly at night. And I would assume that if they were to hunt humans, they would do it by paying attention to when you come close to the end of the ship, and then using their arms to grab you and pull you into the depths of the ocean. Ninjins are native to the Arctic, so using logic, they must be used to the cold, which often has the side effect
Wait.
of not being...
It's native to the Arctic, but it's Japanese. Is that making any sense? Like, am I the only one who's questioning that? A little leap in logic, if you may?
being used to the heat, meaning if you have a form of flame, even something like a torch, it would likely be scared away from attempting to grab you. They aren't stated to be aggressive, but under the circumstances they are, this would most likely work. Them mostly coming out at night also implies that they may have a sensitivity towards light as well, making this fire method double effective. You could also just stay below deck at night and not stand near the edge of the boat. Now, it is unstated on whether they will try to sink your ship, but for our sake...
I don't like that.
Now, as of
It looks like a beluga with limbs. Yeah, it looks like a beluga got... Oh no! I don't know if you guys ever heard the story of what... I think it's real. What Columbus did when he saw a manatee, and I don't think that manatee was the same after that. He thought it was Columbus thought it was a mermaid. And ripped the homie manatee. That's how we got the Ninjin.
Kind of default belief that they exist, as like I said before, the ocean is just too big to rule it out. The Ninjin, while maybe being rare to encounter, is much more likely to attack humans than our other marine cryptid, at least by my knowledge, and the night could just be a camouflage to make sure that they don't get caught. So I would say the Ninjin at least shares a number 5 with the bloop. If you're familiar with Dune, you may have seen something similar to this before.
Oh my god.
Sand-dwelling worm that crawls
You're
under
going
the
to
sand
Mongolia.
like the Gobi Desert
Yep.
in Mongolia. But this is actually part of a mythos that far predates the movie and the books. This disturbing creature known as the, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, Olgoi Kokoi, or the Mongolian death worm.
Oh my god, it's the Olgoi Korkoi. I don't know Mongolian. I like their music though. I don't know. I don't know how to do that thing. My friend does how to do it. Intestine worm. Yes, that makes sense.
Is essentially a creature that spans between 2 and 5 feet long and resembles an intestinal worm, and it can kill its victims either with a
Mongolian
corrosive
music is very
acid-
cool. It does. I like it when it's integrated in Doom.
like venom, or with electric shocks it sends to the sand.
Electroshocks to its body. Okay, so we got the eel, the eel on land, basically.
This one, we can actually take a page from Dune and attempt to mimic the sand's natural pattern to keep it from noticing you, along with wearing thick rubber-soled shoes to deter any electric currents. You could also throw things away from yourself to confuse the creature where you're standing, as well as standing on top of hard surfaces, making yourself harder to detect. Not to mention, you could probably easily puncture its skin, as it is just a worm, possibly distracting it, as I said earlier, and then running up behind it with a
I don't know
bolt.
if you've ever seen Tremors. It's not just a worm. It's got armor. So I don't think you want to go head to head with like a giant Alaskan bullworm or Mongolian bullworm, or whatever the hell it's called. I wouldn't take my chances.
Boulder or a sharp object, but if it does hit you with its acid, then it might be over for you. Not to mention, I bet it could just swallow you whole. Now, the Mongolian deathworm is only said to be about 5 feet long, and that is not as intimidating as you might think. But at bigger sizes, or if multiple were to attack you at once, this could be a serious threat. But it's for this reason that I think that this creature could very well exist, as
No.
there are much bigger things that look similar, such as a python that exists. I feel like it is very likely
No,
that
come
something like
on.
this could very likely exist in the Gobi Desert. Regardless, I would
Do you know how many people cross through the Gobi Desert? More than you think. If by now, in the modern age, someone were to get eaten by a giant worm, people would know about it. It's not like when you're out in the middle of the forest and like you get no signal. Like you probably have no signal in the Gobi Desert too. But point being, a lot of people cross through it. For one reason or another. You would see it.
give the Mongolian deathworm a 4 rating on our scale. Now, this next entity
Okay,
really
Mothman,
needs no
come on.
introduction, recognizable by its long, bat-like wings and red glowing eyes, and supposedly roaming the U.S. state of West Virginia.
West
There's always been something
Virginia.
ominous about the Appalachians. A huge amount of various legends leads me to believe that there might be something seriously wrong there. But in
Wait,
the
hold
case
on,
of
hold on, hold on.
various
I didn't read that. It is said that whistling at night in the mountains of Appalachia is a dangerous act. Why? Just get a gun. Let's see how dangerous it is then. I keep hearing yelling in the woods. Yeah, no. I'm good. The Appalachian Mountains were formed over 500 million years ago, being among the oldest mountain ranges on Earth. Ooh, spooky. I want to know. I want to see like an actual expedition through the Appalachian Mountains to see if, what everyone's talking about. But I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with like a bunch of people. So then at least I'm not the one only being targeted.
legends leads me to believe that there might be something seriously wrong there. But in the case of this specific cryptid, Mothman sightings have been mostly surrounding the local town of Point Pleasant, rumored to cause many bad omens such as bridge collapses that led to the death of 46 people, that coincidentally beforehand, a lot of people made claims that they had seen Mothman. Now that we've gone over the sort of official myth, I want to look at some of the abilities that Mothman possesses. It is said he's able to confuse and daze targets with his eyes, as well as extreme agility, high amount.
If it's West Virginia, then the gun is probably cheaper than the hospital bill, so you might as well get... Wait, is that true? I didn't... Oh my god, okay. Well, yeah, go to West Virginia, you get like a Bushmaster for cheap. Or like a 50 cal machine gun that you could just plant on your Toyota truck and then just ride through it. If the people in the desert can do it, you could do it too.
Of stealth, as well as obviously the ability to fly. And with this in mind, we can start to make some inferences on what he could possibly do. It is assumed Mothman would hunt its victim via stalking them, distracting them with his eyes, and then swooping down and grabbing them. Now, whether this creature kills via some form of talons or simply just by dropping victims from an extreme height is unknown. The tactic for surviving Mothman would be to avoid open areas, which is the exact opposite of the drop bear. Having trees above you not only makes it harder to be seen, but harder to swoop down and be grabbed. Well, at least not without a struggle. As we've gone over before, big eyes also mean big vulnerability. So using an irritant such as mace, alcohol,
Okay,
or
what
any
is
sort of chemical.
what is with his like hatred towards guns? Why would you have a bigger possibility of carrying a Glock than bear spray on you at all times? Like, come on, you're how to logically survive, not how to logically kill yourself.
Could seriously hurt the creature, deterring it from attacking you. Not to mention that this creature is called Mothman, which means
It's kind of a
probably
liberal
shares-
defense weapon, not gonna lie. Exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure a 45 ACP out of a 1911 is gonna do more damage or bigger chance of saving you than bear spray.
There's the biology of an actual moth, meaning you could use light sources to distract
Moth.
or
Yes,
use
moth.
it as a method of attacking it. With that being said, do I believe in Mothman?
You're gonna kill it with a flashbang.
Well, it's complicated because I think that if Mothman does exist, it is not a species of actual moth, as there's no way in hell a bug could get that big. However,
No way in hell a moth can get that big. Have you heard of the prehistoric period where everything was like 10 times larger than what it is now? Yeah, there is a big possibility there's a big ass bug that big. Probably not anymore because the oxygen levels are too high. But back then, probably. A musket would be more useful than whatever this is, unless you have like an aim, like a stormtrooper. No, you have a good point. Because with a musket, you can attach a bayonet. Sure, it takes like an hour to load, but like it's something. It's a 50 caliber ball going at like whatever speed a gun goes, but that could do more damage than bug spray or bear spray.
believe it could be a misidentified type of rare cryptid-like bird or bat, but all in all, I've never been to West Virginia, so I don't know how big y'all's bugs get. Mothman overall seems to be less of a confrontational cryptid, but if it does actually cause bad omens and snatch humans, it could be a very dangerous creature. So I would say a 6 is a fair rating, although I might get...
Really? But we're going off danger level, not popularity. Come on, you... The Fresno Nightcrawlers. Yes, exactly. Call out Batman to fight the Mothman. I think that already exists, except it's a man-bat instead of Batman. What the hell is this? And why are you adding it? Like, come on. Chat, are you scared of the Fresno Nightcrawler? It looks like walking pants. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's a baby Nightcrawler. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure my 12 gauge shotgun is not going to do anything to
The
it.
final option on the list is probably the most odd and most unexplainable, described as tall, thin white beings that almost resemble the lower half of a human, seen in multiple examples of accounts and videos. The Fresno Nightcrawlers are certainly unique, and while some might think they're unmenacing in some images, in others it is depicted as far more disturbing, especially when traveling in packs.
I'm aware of them. Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is just chop off the top half, clean out the middle, and you got a free pair of pants.
Same time, a lot of people think cryptids like Bigfoot are harmless, and if encountering a swarm of these things, they could assumably pose a threat to someone walking alone at night.
Okay,
So
it's not like the thing out of Silent Hill 1, the whatchamacallit, the gray children, where it's like, oh yeah, they're a bunch of like small children that won't do anything. No, they can surround you. Is that what the type? This, I don't care what you're saying. It's like the legs from I keep going to Silent Hill, but like it's the best example. The mannequin. Is it gonna kill me by just kicking me to death, or what is it gonna do? Come on, like it's a pair of legs.
These things, they could assumably pose a threat to someone walking alone at night. So how would you survive these things? Well, the answer lies in their biology, mostly their lack of arms. This would mean that something like climbing or shutting yourself inside somewhere.
Okay, so you already disregard the legs. Probably no martial arts. Yeah, exactly. You already disregarded Silent Hill 2, the mannequin, the double-legged creature. They're a lot more menacing than you think, because it's a pair of legs. But this, it's one set of legs compared to
This would mean
two.
that something like climbing or shutting yourself inside somewhere with a lockable door could definitely keep these things away.
Something I also noticed is that this guy has a hatred of wanting to defend yourself. Like, he doesn't want you to like go get a shotgun because it's too easy.
Are they believable? In a biological sense, I don't think so.
No.
Purely because they don't even remotely resemble any other creature on this planet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was some sort of alien. I think that we can all
An
agree
alien,
that these are
yes.
one of the more tamer cryptids on the list.
Don Don is real, guys.
So the Fresno Nightcrawlers are going to get a 2 on our scale.
Really? They're not gonna get a 0?
I tried to take as many of the most popular cryptids and put them into this video, but I know I didn't cover things like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster because the Loch Ness Monster is literally just a dinosaur and Bigfoot is literally just a giant
Monkey.
ape-like creature, so there isn't really much to them, and they're also specified to be harmless, so I don't know, I might cover
Well, gorillas are considered
if you guys want to
gorillas are considered harmless, but they could still rip your arm off.
see me do a part 2 of this, let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, consider subscribing.
Yes, do a part 2. Do a part 2 where I can just be like, yes. The simple answer: an AR-15 with explosive hollow point rounds. The hard answer, where you won't survive at all: bear spray. Guys, instead of using logical weapons to defend yourself, use bear spray. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough of how to survive how to logically survive skinwalkers or cryptids. We're gonna do unhinged ways humans survive death. Guys, I honestly don't know what what could be in this. Like, what is this? Surviving unsurvivable, parachute, climbing accident, Australian outback, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh, I think I know what he's gonna talk about. Okay, we'll see this. Yeah, sure, we'll see this. Why not?
Each of these horrific events took a huge toll on human life, so imagine my shock when I discovered the unhinged methods that people use to survive them. Between 2 nuclear warheads, being eaten alive, and
Eaten alive.
the full weight of a skyscraper.
If you're eaten alive, that's just what? If you're eaten alive, then you haven't survived death. It's in itself.
You wouldn't think that with tragic events like these, the average person would be able to survive. And if you're anything
The
like
force.
me, when first hearing this, it almost puts you into a state of disbelief on how this could even happen. So I decided to bring together 8 of the most unhinged disasters and how humans
Hippo
managed
attack in
to cheat
Africa.
death and pull through alive. Each of these people fought through hell in their own unique ways. And although I can't actually show any of the things that happened to them exactly.
Wait, can you guys hear it
as
correctly?
there's
I feel like
YouTube
it
content
lowered.
against that,
Yeah, it did.
I
Yep.
will be trying
There you
my
go.
best to explain in depth what happened to each person and how they managed to survive. And if that's not for you, feel free to click off this video. With that being said, I'm Mr. Mirage, and welcome to Unhinged Ways That Humans Cheated Death.
Parachute malfunction. Okay.
Now, our first story starts at about 14,000 feet off the ground. Skydiving seems to be one of the most risky and thrill-seeking things
But
that
it's
you
so
can
cool.
do, and something that you would never catch me doing, even if you paid me. However, there are a lot
I'd
of people
I'd
that
take the
do it
money.
as a once-in-a-lifetime experience or something as like a test
I'll
of
take that deal.
bravery. And Joan Murray was one of those people. Joan Murray was not new to this sort of thing. She was considered a professional, which made it that much more shocking when tragedy hit her. On the day of September 25th, 1999, she decided to do a solo skydive as she had done many times before. But as she plummeted at 120 miles per hour,
Oof.
something did not go to plan. Traditionally, when skydiving, you free fall initially and pull the parachute around 2,000 to 5,000 feet. A mini parachute then pulls the main one out of the bag. However, in Joan's case, it became extremely
actual
tangled and didn't manage to slow her down at all. Panicked, she pulled the backup chute, but out of the same nature, this one also didn't fully work. There weren't many seconds left, and although she was falling slightly slower now, being around 80 miles per hour, she was set to die on impact. Unable to do anything else, she sadly hit the ground, breaking almost every major bone in her body and severely damaging her internal organs. So at this point,
Yeah.
you're probably asking the same question that I am. How is she still alive? And the answer is almost to the point of unbelievable. Although bones being
Divine intervention, that's how.
intact are crucial, what matters most, in case you aren't aware, is whether the heart, followed by the lungs, can get oxygen and blood to the brain. And by all intents and purposes, Joan's heart should have stopped, killing her in minutes. However, as luck may have it, she fell onto a fire ant hill,
What?
which caused her to get bit thousands of times. And although this sounds like insult to injury, for those unaware, the significance of fire ants is their bites actually activate the body's response with the production of adrenaline, putting the body into a sort of emergency mode of sorts. This made her heart keep beating long enough for the ambulance to reach her, where they kept her alive with their required devices. It took nearly 20 surgeries, but eventually,
20,
after 2
Jesus
weeks
Christ.
of being in a coma, she woke up and was alive. Now, I've also heard stories
Wow,
of
okay.
people jumping out of planes without parachutes and landing on big piles of things like hay bales or other soft items.
Hay bales.
However, in my case, if I was ever doing this, which, like I said, would not skydive, but if I did, then I would probably look for something like a lake or a pond or body of water that initially would feel like concrete, but I actually figured out in my backrooms video that there is a way that you can actually turn this around by throwing something before you to break the surface tension of the water.
Oh,
making it
literally
safe
Assassin's
for
Creed
you
Leap of Faith. Yeah, at like 2,000 feet in the air. Yep.
to land in and not break every bone in your body. But it goes without saying, please don't do this at home. If you're gonna go skydiving, please do it safely and make sure your parachute is inspected along with your backup chute, and don't ever jump out of a plane without a parachute.
I'm quadrupling the parachutes. I ain't saying let alone. The Andes climbing incident. Is that somewhere? Isn't that like somewhere in South America? I think so.
Now, the next story we're going to be going over is beyond what you would call an unhinged method to survive, as in order to save himself, a mountain climber would physically have to cut his friend's rope from him, dooming his friend to fall.
Oh.
However, as selfish and cruel as this sounds, there's actually a lot more to it than that. Let me explain.
Okay.
The month was June 1985. Two experienced climbers, Joe Simpson and Simon Yates, were going to attempt to get to the top of the at that point unclimbed Sierra Grande, a dangerous nearly 21,000 feet mountain in the Peruvian Andes.
I knew it.
Possibly
South
go
America.
wrong. Well, they actually managed to make it all the way to the top. However, on the climb back down, they wouldn't be as lucky. Joe Simpson slipped and broke his right leg. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but breaking your leg mid-mountain climb might as well be as bad as falling off a cliff. A bit of foreshadowing there.
Oh.
Essentially, since Joe now could not walk down himself, he had to be lowered 300 feet at a time via rope. As you could probably guess, while being lowered, his friend Yates would slip off the cliff, and both of them would now be dangling.
Joe Simpson
over
is the most
summit,
generic name. Yeah,
causing
right?
Joe to now be out of sight from Simon, and, well, you know what happened next. And while this seems like an ultimately abominable move from Yates, you kind of have to see it from his perspective, as in the moment, he could nor see nor hear his friend, and he would dangle there for over an hour trying to figure out a way to save himself, and after a while, he would just assume that his friend had already died, and since
What?
he was already dead, he figured he has to save himself and cut his friend down, causing him to fall into the crevice below. However, the problem here was
Basically,
that Joe was
both
in
died.
fact still alive.
Yep.
He rather, in a miraculous event, despite the fall, managed to survive with just further bruising and damage to his leg. He was then forced to crawl out of the crack.
I would never forgive my friend if he just cut me loose like that.
Which, in case you don't realize how difficult this would be, an average human can crawl 0.71 meters a second, and that's on normal terrain and without the serious injuries that he had. So we can assume the real number is way slower. When going all the way down the mountain, he assumably needed to use some serious mental strategies. So, along with following the terrain around him and using the little tools that he had left, he miraculously made it down the mountain. Although I can't really talk because I wasn't there and I'll probably never be in a situation like this, if I was,
Never say never.
I would probably make the decision to cut us both down or find a way to navigate both me and the friend or loved one who was with me down.
How do you
this.
just not feel the heavy tension? Oh wait, didn't he mention like he thought he was dead already? But like, still, dude, I'm gonna probably sleep because time zones, and I have to do it. All right, thank you for sticking around. We watched the funny video about cryptids, so that's what really mattered. But yeah, have a good night, dude.
Either using like an ice pick on the wall or some sort of other careful method. And I know there's a huge chance that they would just fail, ending in both of us falling, sustaining major injuries, but I feel like it'd be better for us to be still together and both injured than me basically damning my friend or loved one to death. And I by no means am saying that Yates was in the wrong by making the decision he did.
Oh, he was definitely in the wrong.
Makes sense. However, I would not want to be the one to look my friend in the eye after he survived and damn well know that I doomed him. And it's like, I don't know how I'd do that. But regardless, let me know what you guys think he should have done.
How about made sure? Zambezi river hippo mauling. How do you survive a hippo? Oh, yep.
And this tragedy happened to someone who knew what they were doing and was considered a professional in their field. However, this would not stop a massive river beast from swallowing them whole. Paul Templar was leading a group of people down the river like any other day. For those unfamiliar, rivers in Zimbabwe and really a lot of Africa can contain many dangerous creatures, including crocodiles, elephants, and in this case, hippopotamus. For those unaware, these are one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. They are responsible for an estimated 500 to 3,000 human deaths per year, making them more dangerous than lions, elephants, and even crocodiles. They can weigh up to 4 tons and possess a bite force of up to 1,800 psi, making them able to easily crush things like watermelons and specifically
I want a moodang!
They are made of twigs. Not to mention, these huge things can book it insanely fast.
Oh yeah, they can swim.
On both land and water. Now, I know I mentioned how dangerous crocs are in my other videos, but for reference, hippos could snap them in half. So with this in mind, it is almost unfathomable that Templar was able to survive being literally eaten by one. Now, it doesn't take a genius to know the fact that hippos are herbivores, but that didn't stop this one from swallowing Paul head first. The story states that Templar was passing a known aggressive male hippo when it suddenly would capsize his friend's canoe, causing him to immediately run to his aid. The hippo would then launch itself out of the water and grab him off of his boat. Now, to Paul, being inside of a hippo's mouth felt like being inside of a wet, dark cave. He almost felt like he was underwater, but he knew that was not the case. And on top of this assumably claustrophobic experience, he also would have to deal with his legs and torso and lungs being punctured by the hippo's massive biting force. Lucky for Paul, the hippo would manage to eventually let him go. But this didn't stop him from having to amputate his arm in order to recover.
Jesus Christ.
The only way he was actually able to survive was with the teamwork of everyone else on his boat, pulling him from the river as quickly as possible, and then immediately getting him medical help ASAP. It was also theorized that the hippo was able to let him go because he was so experienced with doing like river guides like this and with animals that he managed to keep calm surprisingly during this entire
I would not be calm. I'd be like flipping monkey sack.
The hippo to assumably not see him as a threat anymore, and probably was the reason it let him go. And hear me out with this, because as I said before, hippos do not eat meat. So eating a human would not be something out of them just being hungry, it would be something purely out of them being defensive. And if they don't see you as a threat, it will then just let you go and move on with its life. So I guess it's good to know that if you ever come in contact with a hippo,
they're not going to eat you, they're just going to kill you.
Dead if you're inside of its mouth, but still you shouldn't expect to survive.
Just don't go to Africa. Easiest thing to be said, just don't go to Africa. You're good.
Now, up to this point, we have seen a lot of stories that changed in the blink of an eye. Freak accidents that happened too quickly to even process. But the horrific part of our next story is the fact that it happened so slowly, but yet there was almost nothing that the victim could do about it. Australian citizen Ricky McGee was traveling to the
Ricky
Australian
McGee,
outback
okay.
when he would suddenly find himself stranded for what would come to be 71 days. The outback, for those
Wow.
unaware, frequents over 95 degrees Fahrenheit
Oh, hell
and
no.
is almost entirely dry desert-like terrain that, in my opinion, feels
It's a
like you're
mesa
almost
biome.
walking on Mars. Towns are scarce and often hundreds of miles apart. McGee claims it was due to a car breakdown, but he also later suspected that he might have been purposely drugged and left for dead. Regardless, he was stuck in one of the harshest environments on planet Earth and truly a horrific nightmare. Apart from the immense heat and isolation, the outback is also home to one of the world's most dangerous venomous snake species, along with some of the
inland
most venomous
taipan?
spiders. Not to
The
mention
funnel web spider,
kangaroos
okay.
and dingoes. So
Dingoes,
how
you're
does he
scared of a
survive?
dingo? Come on.
Well, first he would have to find a watering hole and use the location to his advantage, making a makeshift shelter. But starvation would become a major issue, and since options are limited, he would have to eat a diet of purely frogs, leeches, lizards, and grasshoppers, with the occasional rat or two that pass by.
Okay,
This sounds like
frogs don't sound that bad. I know they like apparently taste like spicy chicken. I think.
hell. But lucky for him, after almost 3 months, he was found by some ranch workers and brought to safety. In his book, he later wrote that it took a lot of mental resilience and different strategies in order to live to see another day.
A short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. That bomb has
Ooh.
more power than 20,000 tons of TNT.
When talking about atomic bomb, sometimes the term itself can even send shivers down your spine, and I couldn't even talk about the amount of times I was kept up at night by the thought of these things actually being used one day. However,
One day.
there was a time in our history when they actually were used. For those unfamiliar, in the Pacific theater of World War II, the Japanese were fighting a
Tora,
long
tora!
war against the United States, and while the US was winning, they were winning incredibly slowly and with heavy resistance and loss of life on both sides. So to end the war, the US decided to send 2 nuclear bombs to the Japanese cities Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which tragically would kill an immense amount of Japanese
Yeah.
citizens. And this really solidifies that no one really wins in a war, because no matter what, innocent people are dying. But there is a story of one man who would actually survive not one, but both of the
Yeah, it's
atomic
pretty
bombs
unfortunate.
that would go off in Japan. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was on a work trip to Hiroshima when the first bomb would go off, knocking him off his feet and giving him major burns on the upper half of his body. Despite this, he managed to find the strength to get up and find shelter, spending the night in Hiroshima and the next day returning to his hometown, which unfortunately would be Nagasaki, where 2 days later, on August 9th, the second bomb would be dropped. While being inside of a building this time, he was again knocked off his feet by the shockwave, suffering more radiation exposure and more shock from the blast. So how did he manage to survive both of these bombs?
Luck.
Well, to answer this question, we need to go into how nukes work. The bombs dropped back then were way smaller than the ones we have today,
Aerosol.
and the instant death radius only equals to about 1/3 of a mile, with the radiation radius being about 0.7 miles and the fire damage being little over a mile. Tsutomu was lucky enough to be far enough that he only had to deal with the heat damage and the blast damage, therefore leading to his survival. Nowadays, nukes cover a much bigger ground, but back then, they were just the first prototypes. Yet it was still enough to kill tens of thousands per bomb, meaning Yamaguchi was still fortunate to have survived them both. To be honest, if I was in a situation like this, I wouldn't know what to think. Half of me would think that the universe is trying really hard to kill me, and the other half would think of it as some sort of divine intervention. Honestly, this must feel like that feeling when you almost get hit by a car and just barely survive, times like 1,000. But honestly, if I was in his shoes after the first atomic bomb, I would think about it a bit and figure that there's no way in hell they would nuke the same spot twice, so I would make sure that I would stay in the general vicinity.
You would be surprised. It's not even a realism talking, it's Hoi 4 talking. if there is the enemy and they're really dug in, I don't nuke them once. I nuke them 5 times just to make sure and I can make a breakthrough. I don't take my time to figure out, I should nuke a different spot.
And I would go tell my family in Nagasaki to immediately meet me in the countryside in order to avoid the full force of the literal sun that was being brought down
The
from
second
these
sun.
cities. And to be honest, if I got hit by both bombs, then I would still be afraid for the rest of the war that I would go 3 for 3. Regardless,
3 for 3.
I have a lot of respect for him for being able to get through this time and for now being able to be and for now being one of the only people in the world to say that he survived 2 nukes.
Ocean hurricane tragedy. Okay.
Now, out of everything I have covered thus far, the story of Jose Alvarenga disturbs me on a visceral level, and only because the idea of waking up one day surrounded completely by ocean is a deep fear of mine. And this is actually something that Jose would have to experience in real life. Jose started his voyage as a routine fishing trip accompanied by Ezequiel Cordoba. Soon after, a severe storm would take their boat out into the open ocean, miles and miles off course. Despite surviving the storm, they were now without any navigation, and since their boat was not designed for survival, they were now stranded. In order to survive, they would have to eat birds, fish, and turtles, along with
That's not
drinking
that bad.
rainwater. Unfortunately, this was not a quick ordeal. They would continue to drift further and further, and when days turned to months, Cordoba, unfortunately, would deteriorate mentally and tragically pass away.
No,
leaving
don't eat the
Jose
body.
alone
Don't eat
on
the body.
waves. Now, for those unaware, when you were isolated for as long as they were, many people believe it ends up being the physical aspects that take you down. When in reality, the true majority of humans can understandably not handle situations like this mentally. So if you expect to survive, you will need to be able to keep a stable mind. Otherwise, you will find yourself succumbing to a mental collapse much quicker.
Okay, so did the guy eat the body?
So what exactly did Alvarenga do? Well, he'd use something that I like to call the castaway method, coming from Tom Hanks' movie Castaway, where essentially you find a way to trick your mind that rather than you actually being alone, that you have someone with you. And
so became a schizo. Okay, got it.
Tom Hanks' character drawing faces on like a volleyball and pretending like it was an actual person, even if it was completely inanimate. Alternatively, Alvarenga did this method by basically pretending that rather than being dead, his friend Cordoba was still alive.
No, you get the body?
So frequently in order to keep his morale high. And now I know this does just overall sound completely crazy and like you'd be losing your mind, but in reality, it might be necessary to keep you going every day if your brain feels like you aren't alone and you actually have people with you, if you can trick it well enough. So in the end, Alvarenga's boat eventually would wash ashore on the Marshall Islands and he would be found and rescued after a total of 438 days.
400 a year?
And honestly, if I ever would find myself in a situation like Jose, I'd probably just go all out with the castaway method, finding multiple different animals or inanimate objects to talk with, as well as making small goals and plans to catch certain amounts of food per day with small rewards. Oh, and of course, bringing a compass out to the ocean wouldn't hurt either.
Uruguayan Air Force flight.
Now, our next survival story is going to be one you may be familiar with, as there are multiple movies covering it. And out of all the stories that I've gone over so far, these people, in my opinion, use the darkest method in order to survive.
Oh, they ate people.
Familiar with the 1972 Uruguayan rugby team, essentially they were flying to Chile for their next match. However, their plane would crash in the Peruvian Andes, putting them at
Here we go, back in the Andes.
feet, completely and utterly stranded. Now, the survivors of this plane had many issues even right off the bat, the first of which would be the many injuries sustained from the crash, and dealing with the many who died in it. The temperatures would drop to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit during the night, making shelter an absolute necessity, along with intense layering of every article of clothing that they had. This was so devastating for many reasons, but the first hit to the morale of the survivors was the fact that generally rescue missions don't look for too long of a time, as after a while, it is way too easy for everyone to be claimed dead, or the rescue deemed impossible as the mountains are too vast. In this case, this happened after only 8 days, leaving the survivors to fend for themselves completely, without hope of rescue. Now, I've been trying to hold off on this specific part of the story for as long as I possibly can, as it is a little bit difficult to recall. As when something like this happens, it is just overall sad for everyone involved. But I'll try my best. Despite holding out hope for some form of rescue, it would become obvious that they were going to need to eat something if they were to survive. And with the amount of people that were left, and the lack of any wildlife up there, they would unfortunately have to resort to eating the bodies of their deceased teammates. And to make things worse, avalanches would strike their survival camp on a frequent basis, and this led to the death of 8 more of them, forcing the hand of the ones who remained. 2 of the survivors, Nando Parado and Roberto Canesa, would attempt a risky path to push through the Andes in order to reach some form of help. After walking for about 10 days and 30 miles, a Chilean would discover them and help them, along with going back to the remaining survivors, and in the end, 16 people would survive this disaster.
Wow,
now,
that must be trauma insane.
Situations like this, as horrible as it sounds, and like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm undermining anything, because I have never been in a situation like this, so I don't know how terrifying that would be, but if I was, I feel like I would just bite the bullet and immediately do what they did towards the end, because if you compare the two, likely you won't get rescued. If you're in the middle of a situation like this, there are some situations where you might get rescued, but after a few days, there's a good chance you won't. So what I would do personally is I would just try to hopefully have a compass with me, and if I did not, I would just see if I could track using either the sun or another distance or direction indicator, and just walk that straight in that direction and hope to God that with the energy and the initial food that I had before the food dwindled, that I'd be able to make it out of the mountains before I managed to starve to death. And if I didn't, well, I mean, I would have had a better chance doing that than staying there for the weeks and weeks and weeks as they starved to death, and I might not have to eat anybody else, because I don't know if I'd be able to do that, to be honest. And with enough luck,
unable to eat,
be able to find help eventually.
To eat the friend.
Now, before I go over Buzelli's story, I would like to make a second disclaimer. This attack was an extremely dark and tragic event in American history, and although many did survive, many did not, and many families had to deal with the horrible experience of losing a loved one. I am telling Pasquale Buzelli's story not to undermine any of the horrific deaths that came from that day, but to show that although there was a lot of bad, some Americans, through level thinking and sacrifice, were able to live to see another day, and my heart goes out to anybody affected. And if you're still sensitive to the effects of this attack in any way, shape, or form, I suggest that you either skip over this section or click off the video. It doesn't matter at all to me. I'd rather you guys be okay. For those unaware of what I'm talking about, I am referring to the World Trade Center. I would say the full name, but I don't think that's allowed. So when coming down to the events of that day, most of the people who survived were obviously beneath where the planes hit, and then were able to go down the stairs and hopefully get down before the tower collapsed. But the people who were above where the plane hit became trapped, and those are most of the people that died. The North Tower in particular had about an hour and a half before it collapsed, and that's where our focus will be on today. Buzelli was an engineer working on the 64th floor of the building, and often the ones who survived had to make quick efforts to make the call to escape and not wait for instructions. However, not to his advantage, Buzelli would stay put in the building until the second plane hit, and therefore would not make it to the bottom before the tower collapsed. The North Tower contained over 100 floors and thousands of people, so making it down would take time. And it was time they unfortunately did not have, as when Buzelli would reach the 22nd floor, the North Tower would collapse on top of him. He would fall 22 floors down, unconscious, but alive.
Wow,
so, how is this possible? Even to Buzelli's account, he doesn't see how it's possible that he survived, but he's obviously grateful that he did. Many seem to think that he was able to take advantage of himself being in the stairwell and had a sort of structural seal around him, and he sort of, as a word, surfed the wreckage down to the bottom, and he landed on a concrete slab, making it so even though he took minimal damage, such as like breaking his foot and obviously the psychological trauma, and was rescued thankfully 2 hours later. Me personally, accidents are horrific and should be taken seriously. I love being able to
I didn't think that would be possible.
Survival together in this video. Now, I know this sort of video might be new for people used to my channel, but I've been meaning to bring a new variety to what I post, including content that focuses on both the fictional horror that I've been covering along with the IRL horror, and I might be throwing in a little bit of true crime for those interested.
True crime,
Speaking
okay.
of which, I've been thinking about doing a part 2 of this video, focusing more on crazy ways people survived, like really dangerous criminals. So if you guys would be interested in that, make sure to tell me down below. And if you like this video, make sure to consider subscribing. I really appreciate it.
Well, that was quite an adventure.
Wow, okay, that was a lot less upbeat and more depressing. Well, damn. Okay. What are we doing now? We are going to be playing 911 operator. Yep. Before that, I will be taking a quick break. I will be right back. Alright, gamers, I'm back. I'm gonna be ready to switch the game right now. Here, let me launch the game. Hopefully it launches quickly and not just doesn't just sit there. Okay, whatever. Let me see. Okay. Alright. Okay, where is it? There we go. Oh, here, let me switch the thing. Alright, is it finally working? It is finally working. Okay, perfect. Hopefully you guys can see it and hear it. Hopefully you guys can hear it well. I'm not too sure. Let me try and fix that. There you go. You guys should be able to hear it by now. Hello, what's up, Hera? We're gonna be playing, I just did some reaction videos, and we're gonna be playing Last Duty. Let's see how far I can get it without, like, actually wanting to give up. It's a zombie thing. I'm a 9-1 operator during the zombie apocalypse. So, we're gonna see how well we do. Hypothermia. Warm. Frost. Nice, not you. I swear to God, if there's like a bank robbery and I have to go while also having like zombies eating people, I'm gonna be very angry. Like, what are people doing? Why are you robbing a bank while there's people eating each other? Okay, what do we got here? Emails. I don't care about that. Music festival. Okay, let's see what this is. A music concert will take place tomorrow in our city. Secure it with additional police units to prevent unwanted events. Okay. Weather is fine. Objectives are fine. I got my whole squad is here. The homies are here. Sure, let's start it. Why are there like so many? Like, I want them over here. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Everything's all spread out. What is this? We got the whole op system right here. What is that? Rifle, shotgun, rifle, shotgun. Okay, great. They're gonna be my gamer moves. Okay.
Starting patrol duty.
Oh, Jesus. Speeding.
Operator?
Okay.
Operator? We'll get them. Operator?
See what's over here. There's a huge concert. All right, I'm gonna secure it with cops and what do I call it? Other emergency services. What do we got right here? Unconscious person. All right, head towards that. Loud party. I'm probably gonna need a motorcycle.
Receiving. Ready for action.
Patrol. What's this over here? Motorcycle accident. Oh God.
Going there. Reporting.
All right. I'm getting a ticket right here. Speeding. What is this? Party host. Loud party's a loud party's a crime? What?
Reporting.
Acute poisoning. Oh, that sounds bad.
Standing by.
Okay.
413, we're with them.
I'm gonna put on high speed. Yeah. I'll put another cop at the concert. Yeah, just in case something pops off. Do you usually stream at this time? Yeah, usually in the morning for me. It's like easiest. There's less to do during the day. More opportunity to like get busy later in the day. So I usually stream in the morning. Or yeah, somewhat in the morning. What is this? Pickpocketing. Yes.
Ready for action. We'll get them.
Luckily, so far, zombies haven't started appearing, so we're good. What is this? Drunk driver? Ooh.
Clear.
Oh no.
Operator,
Awaiting orders.
on my way.
Okay.
Ready for action.
10-4. Standing by.
Ready for the next case.
Reporting. Standing by. Reporting. Standing by.
I'm gonna get a cop down here, just in case. We got another speeding incident. Great.
Operator, 10-4.
Medical transport needed. Going there.
Oh no, never mind. We're good.
On my way.
Operator.
Start patrolling.
Going there. We're done here. Awaiting orders.
Another pickpocket. Great.
Ready for next case.
Sir, we can't do it.
Wait, did I lose something? No, I'm good. Okay. I guess we have different time zones. I don't even know when you stream. Haha. Oh well, say subscribe. I usually stream. If it's your time,
We'll get them.
I usually stream like Pacific
Ready for next case.
Standard. So
Going back to base.
Roger.
at that time, it's for me. It's like 11 right now.
Ready for action.
It's like about to be 12.
Roger.
1499, what you want to put?
Another red light offense. Great.
Reporting.
People are just
Ready
running
for
the red
next
light.
case.
Going there.
Reporting.
Case resolved. Ready for action. Going there.
It's a stabbing.
Sir,
Wow.
We
Okay.
can't do it.
Receiving. On my way. On my way. Awaiting further orders.
Okay. Incoming call.
Sir, panic broke out during a concert.
Oh, why? Reason.
What happened?
Someone has gone mad and started attacking the concert patrons.
Great. Weapons.
Were any weapons used?
He attacked them with his bare hands and teeth. He was
Teeth.
reported to be biting them.
How many
How many
injuries?
people were injured?
We know that several people are currently injured.
How badly are they injured?
Most have minor wounds, but one person has been bitten through to the muscle.
Okay.
And what's the situation with the other patrons?
Many of them are panicked. Police action is required.
I have police
All right,
there.
I'll take care of it.
Shoot him.
Yes, sir.
Oh God. Okay. We got
Operator,
a car collision, and then we got what is this? Yeah, send the cops
Ready
there.
for action.
We need the whole SWAT team down there.
10-4.
Awaiting further orders. Returning to base.
Shots fired. Case
Oh yeah,
resolved.
they sniped that guy immediately. Oh my God. It took like 3 seconds. The game is slowly becoming chaotic. Yeah.
Receiving.
I think after this round, we're just gonna start getting more people.
Going there.
Okay, we got
Reporting.
cat in a tree. Who cares? Fighting in a store. Great.
Operator,
10-4. Police officer under attack.
Where? Oh, wait. They're fighting me? Why?
operator,
Don't do that.
returning to base.
Ready
Oh,
for
they were
next
like
case.
punching me. They were actually like punching the cop. Okay. Broken bone. That's fine. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I need the actual
Operator, roger.
like ambulance and a second set of ambulances.
Going there.
Order called off.
Oh, why? Why are you getting freaky in public? Come on. I
Ready
get
for action.
send this.
Going there.
What is this? A SWAT member? Speeding. Okay, I can get speeding. What are we? Drinking in public. That's not that bad.
Awaiting
Just
orders.
could be worse.
Receiving.
Medical transport
Returning
needed.
to base.
Order canceled.
What is this? Shoplifting?
Ready for action.
Going there.
Case resolved.
What is this? Search for smoke?
Awaiting orders.
Oh no, it's
Awaiting further orders.
what is this? Citizen?
Standing by.
Regular citizen? Is everything going good?
Case resolved.
Okay, everything's going fine.
Case resolved. On my way.
Finally,
Shoplifting. Oh, wait, the concert's done.
Found them.
We're good. We're Gucci.
Going there. Standing by.
Yeah, we got every single event. Let's go. Let's go. Promoted. Great. We got everything. That's what we do. I'm gonna regret that immediately. Okay, I need another. What is it? I feel like we need more cops, for sure. Or ambulances. We might need more ambulances, but I feel like we need more cops. Objectives. Okay, whatever. Email. Weird behavior. Something strange is happening in the streets. We've been receiving reports of aggression towards random people. Defense engulfed. Okay, so it's starting. Great. Well, I love it. Right, add preferred unit. Oh, no. I'll do that. Okay, what do we got? We got, like, presets. An attack helicopter. Do we want an attack helicopter? We can't even afford it. Okay, so... I want to buy that. I want to save up to buy an attack heli. A fire helicopter? No. I guess we'll keep going. Let's see what happens.
Receiving. Reporting.
Pickpocketing.
The entire thing and possibly suspect information.
Okay.
Receiving.
Oh, armed robbery. Okay, my guys should be able to handle that.
We're under fire. Need backup.
Yeah, immediately. Like, they took him out immediately.
Receiving. Going back to base.
Okay, what do we got? Aggressive man. Ooh.
Ready for action 4.
Go take him out. Go deal with it.
On my way.
Got another medical emergency.
Police officer under attack.
Oh, they sniped him immediately. Oh, he looked familiar for a minute there.
Operator.
Shoplifting again. Great.
Receiving.
Another medical emergency. Wow. Bitten man. Oh, great.
Going back to base.
Awaiting further orders.
Shoplifting. Okay, we're sending in the APC.
On my way.
Going to the hospital.
Returning to base.
Red light offense. That's not that bad.
On my way.
Case resolved.
Speeding.
For action.
Should be able to catch him.
In pursuit.
What do these guys have? Okay, they just have SWAT arm or riot gear. What do these guys have?
Reporting.
No, what does this unit have? Tell me. Okay, well, I guess we'll check it later. What is this? Pickpocketing? Great, another one.
Operator. Receiving.
Head over
We'll
there.
get them.
Returning to base. Operator.
911, what's your emergency?
Finally. Sir, I think there's something wrong with my boyfriend.
Oh,
Please,
great.
Can you send someone? We live at...
Okay, wrong?
What
What's wrong?
happened?
Okay, we're sending the APC there.
But it's gotten worse. Now he just speaks nonsense. He's barely conscious.
Travel.
Did your boyfriend travel abroad recently?
Has he traveled abroad? No, he hasn't been going anywhere lately. Just to the concert where this accident happened.
Well, we got a culprit.
Does he have a fever?
Hot like an oven. He's breathing so loudly.
All right, miss.
I'll give you
Listen
instructions. There we go.
carefully. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah?
Lock him
I
in.
know it might sound strange, miss, but lock him in his room at once.
What? Why? What's happening to him?
Ma'am, he might be infected with a very dangerous virus that threatens your life too.
Okay, I will lock the door.
Lock him.
Just send an ambulance.
We're sending more than ambulance. Sending police and
I'm
ambulance.
sending an ambulance and a police unit.
Let's hear.
The police? Why?
Why? It's danger.
Because you might be in danger if he becomes aggressive.
Jim? God, he's banging on the door.
Oh, great.
What is happening?
Sit
Lock
tight,
him in.
ma'am. Help is on the way.
Help is most certainly on the way. Yes.
Reporting.
Okay, go. Great, we got a fire in the building, and then I'll send the helicopter
Going
there.
there.
Hey, we got the APC. Let's see what happens. Get the citizen, and then another bitten man. Great. So we're gonna hopefully they take out the zombie.
Aggressive behavior.
Okay, they took out the zombie.
Resolved.
Great. Oh wait, two things at once. Okay, I didn't even notice that.
Receiving.
Aggressive man. Great. I'll send a cop.
Reporting. Roger.
I'll send a cop and ambulance. I need more cops on the road. Aggressive man. Another aggressive man.
Operator.
Great.
10-4. Returning to base. Ready for next case.
Fighting in the store. Ooh. What do we want to do with that? Do we want to go all out with the riot gear or send the 2 cops with standard gear? I'm gonna send the APC. The APC is like my hero right now.
Intervention
Fire alarm.
Aggressive behavior.
Under attack.
Going back to base.
Intervention
And they shot him.
necessary. Aggressive behavior.
They shot him.
Awaiting orders.
Going there.
Honestly, if in this world there's so much shit going on. In this world there'll probably be like, you're shooting at unarmed man, that's police brutality. No, he's trying to eat people. I don't think people would understand that at the beginning. Why are there so many aggressive men? Because, good point. It's probably just aggressive people. It's just like a general thing.
Ready for action.
Receiving.
Fighting in the store again? Oh, medical.
Aggressive behavior.
Where's aggressive behavior? Under attack? Joe Jones is attacking
Ready for
people.
action.
Vehicle theft. I'm sending a helicopter over here.
Going there.
We're done here.
Okay.
Receiving. In pursuit.
Pedestrian hit by car. Oh god.
Ready for action.
Reporting. We need an ambulance here. Paramedics needed.
Okay.
911, what's your emergency?
My flatmate just lost his mind. You gotta come to quick.
Okay. Where is he?
Where is he?
He's in his room. I'm right outside. I'm telling you, he has completely lost his mind.
Barricade him inside. Run from the apartment.
You have to barricade him inside. Make sure he doesn't get out.
Okay, but how?
What do you mean, how? Furniture!
Any piece of furniture will do. Just barricade the door.
The sofa. Wait a sec, I'm gonna...
Cyclist hit by car. Great, another one. I don't have anything over there. That's a problem. I don't think about it.
Don't think about it for now, sir. Just what's important is that you're safe.
What the hell is going on?
Requesting police.
Okay, I need it. This guy might die. This guy might genuinely die. He's out in the middle of nowhere. Oh god. This is bad.
On my way.
Medical attention. Everything's so far out.
Ready for action.
We're done here.
There's another one! Oh god, guys, we're
Awaiting
cooked.
orders. Roger. Ready for action.
Can you like...
Suspects awaiting paramedic here.
Okay. I'll send that here.
Ready for action.
Send that here.
Going back to base. Operator,
We
going
need
there.
that.
Going
Okay.
back to base.
Great, another incident. What is this? A heat stroke, you're fine. You don't need to go to the hospital.
Awaiting orders.
God. There's so many things going off at once. Yeah, it's so crazy.
Ready for action. On my way. We need a medic here.
We need a oh, that's right.
Awaiting orders. 10-4.
Awaiting orders. 10 requesting medical assistance.
Standing by.
Case resolved.
Ready for action.
We need so many cops there. What is this, loud party? Who cares? That's negligible.
Awaiting orders. Clear. 23. Awaiting orders.
Case resolved.
Okay, we need, finally,
On my way.
medical units.
Police officer under attack.
Oh my god.
Ready for next case.
Oh, they killed the guy. Okay, they killed him.
Standing down.
What is this? Weird acting person. What does that even mean? Suspect might be armed. Great. Where's my helicopter? Okay,
10-4.
they're fine.
Awaiting orders.
Everything's all fine.
Operator. Roger.
Standing by.
What is this? Suspected bite? Oh
Awaiting
god.
orders.
Going back to base unit. We need an ambulance here.
Yes, I'm aware of the ambulance.
Reporting. Going there. We need a medic here.
I'm aware. Leave me alone.
Patrolling. Going to the incident.
Requesting immediate transport to the hospital.
Reporting.
We need so.
Going there.
Awaiting further orders.
What is this? Fighting in the store? Great.
Receiving.
I'll send this guy. This guy's not needed.
Ready for action.
Where's the helicopter?
Awaiting further orders.
Yes, ma'am. Wanted to let you know we are en route.
Awaiting
Also,
orders.
You have a
Receiving.
10-30
Roger.
a.m.
Medical units. Okay, they're all headed that way. Hopefully everything's okay. What is this? No power in the area.
Ready
Deal with
for
it.
action. Going there.
Standing by.
That is not the police's problem that power is out. aggressive individual. Bribery attempt. Okay. Shoot him. Shoot him. Okay, good, 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 good. You shot him. What do we have in the area? Okay, we have the cop there.
Returning to base.
Going out on
Good, good,
patrol.
good, good. Where's the helicopter?
Reporting. Roger.
Returning to base.
We found the subject. Awaiting orders.
Roger.
We got everything.
We're done
Wow.
here.
Returning to base.
99, what you want to put?
Going there.
Awaiting
What's another one over
We're
here?
done here. Ready for next case. Requesting medical assistance.
Standing by.
Okay. Wait,
Going there.
we did it. Oh my god, that was about to turn so bad.
Returning to base.
Yeah, we got it. So many things were going on in my ear. A stay home, a medical emergency, official announcement, in the fight against the infection, all residents barricade, stay indoors, duh. The infection is real, more active at night. Okay, great. Let's go. Infected. This message contains, introduce, infect, okay. Whatever. Right. Emails. Let's get at attack heli. They even notified in unison. Yeah. Let's get the attack heli. Yeah, let's go. I honestly, I think I should buy more equipment. Is there a way to buy more equipment? Districts, facilities. 13,000? Okay. Wait a minute. Police clinic. That might be useful later on. Okay, what do we got? I want more of my cops with weapons instead of just like nothing. Yeah, like my riot guards. I want them with at least one of them with a shotgun. I know that's there we go. He has an assault rifle. I think we're good. Where's my attack heli? Okay, it's right here. They really need my medical personnel should be released, spread out. Oh, we don't have anything here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that works well. Cop. Okay. I feel like we need more support. Maybe? Maybe. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Patrolling.
Okay, let's see what goes on. Already an incident. Bitten man. Great.
Operator, on my way.
Starting patrol duty.
I'm gonna set all of my medical guys and Fire Force on patrol because I don't want them in just bumming around.
Awaiting orders.
Going out on patrol. Receiving. Going out on patrol. Patrolling. Receiving.
Okay.
Operator,
6 out of 1.
receiving. Ready for action.
Operator.
One West
Okay.
182, 1 West 182.
Oh, okay. Fighting in the store.
Ready for
That's
action.
fine.
Roger.
1.31.
What is this? Choking. A choking hazard. Okay.
Receiving.
Good thing I have a helicopter down here.
Intervention necessary. Aggressive behavior.
Aggressive man. Ooh.
Operator.
I'm not gonna send. I'm not gonna send my motorcycle crew. They just have pistols. Yeah.
Returning to base.
Heart attack. You're fine.
4.31.
Returning to base.
Bitten man. You can survive.
Operator,
You're only bitten.
Injured on board.
Okay,
Ready for
1.31.
action. Police officer under attack.
14 County 97.
Aggressive. Ooh. We got the first infected case. Oh no. Okay. How are we gonna deal with this?
1 West 182.
Aggressive man, bitten man. Okay.
Case resolved. Operator.
Oh wow, there's an weird wandering infected. Ooh. It's getting spicy.
Ready for action.
Awaiting orders. Going there. Requesting support.
Oh, it's just one guy. Okay, we're good.
Standing Standing down.
Speeding.
Receiving. Reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Going there.
Wandering infected. I want my APC group over here to the wandering infected.
Operator, ready
Go to
for
the big
next
man.
case. Returning to base.
Patrolling.
Cyclist hit by a car.
On
Fine.
my way. Standing by.
Ready for action.
We're done here.
Aggressive man.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, great.
Ready for action.
Aggressive person. Okay. My attack heli can take that out.
Returning to base. We're under fire. Ready for next going there.
911,
great.
what's your emergency?
I don't feel well.
Oh no.
I was bitten.
Are you in danger?
I mean,
Oh, I should have asked where the address was. I'm dumb.
It was last night, but now I feel really sick.
Address.
What's your
Address.
address?
We live in a house on.
Okay. You should have
Why
called
didn't
earlier.
you call immediately after the incident? You should have.
I know. I panicked. You know.
No excuse.
I can't do shit about that now.
You were irresponsible. How did it happen?
How did it happen?
I was out with my friends. On our way back, we went under an underpass. Lights went off. Some homeless guy jumped me, and
That's how it always happens.
Okay, I tried to fight him off, and he bit me in my arm, and I ran.
Who's living with
Who's
you?
living with you?
My
Oh,
wife
he might be
and
next.
my
Yeah, you think?
son. We stay inside most of these. What was that, babe? No, I'm just talking to Mike. Give me 5 more minutes.
No, just tell me that. I'm sending police over there. Oh, my cop already got there. Your family knows infected.
Was it one of the infected? Who bit you?
I don't know.
You could have infected your family.
Suspected
This
bite.
disease or whatever it is can be contagious. You're all sharing space. It might be enough.
I should have started with that earlier. Isolate yourself.
From now on, you need to stay away from your family. It's going to get worse. You're going to start exhibiting violent behavior.
Why would you tell him that?
Don't you think I know that? I know.
We're gonna take you out back like Old Yeller.
Just yesterday, he shot his own daughter. Why can't you just send someone?
I am sending. You should go. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm sending a police unit to your location.
What? No, you can't do that. I did nothing wrong.
You're infected. We must do everything within our power to contain the spread of the virus.
No, please, no. I can't. I can't.
They're both
leave them
engaging.
now.
This is the only way. Sorry, bud. You're out.
It's the only way.
You're cooked.
Son of a bitch!
We need a medic here.
Oh no.
Medic needed.
Oh, we shot him. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's good. Not the desired outcome, but he was infected. Poor guy. Yeah. Oh no, they're killing my guys. Oh, never mind. They're good. They're good. Okay, they're fine. I was about to freak out. Aggressive man. Okay, we'll take him out.
Ready for action.
Injured on site. Paramedics needed.
Bitten man. Where's my helicopter?
Case resolved.
Okay, helicopter's right here.
Roger.
Under attack. You can deal with him.
Operator. Receiving.
Another wandering infected.
Ready
Okay.
for action. Awaiting further order. Reporting.
Suspect in custody. Requesting transport.
Water tank refill.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, okay. That's not that bad.
Going back to base.
Transport.
A police transport. Aggressive person.
Ready for
2
action.
cops can. Do we really want to risk 2 cops sending them to like an aggressive person? I don't know how bad that could be.
Operator.
I'll send my APC after the aggressive person.
Standing by.
Sir, that is not possible.
Operator,
Oh no, I'll send my
going
attack
to the
heli.
incident.
Requesting backup. We're
Shots
done
fired. Okay,
here.
they're good. They took him out.
Awaiting orders. On my way.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders.
101.
Standing by.
Operator. Standing by.
Okay, what is this? Fire alarm? Fire alarm's fine.
Requesting support.
Standing down.
Good. They took him out.
Standing down.
Where are they putting the bodies? Is my question.
Case resolved.
Okay, what is this?
911, what's your emergency?
Some crazy people are trying to get into our house. You have to send the police.
Where?
What's
Address.
the address?
Ooh, that is so far. You're cooked. Are you alone?
Are you alone?
Yes, my dad went to get my brother. He told me to lock the doors, but these people are trying to break the windows.
Oh no. Go outside. Hide.
You have to hide.
But where?
The attic.
Does your house have an attic?
Yes. I'm here. Wait a sec, I gotta... It won't open.
She's cooked, bro.
They're right behind me.
Open. Yank hard. Use your weight.
Use your weight and stay calm. It'll open.
It gave in. Coming down. I'm in. My shoe.
You're fine. Your shoe. Your shoe's fine. Your shoe's fine. Hold up.
It's okay. Now pull up the ladder.
Okay, there. It's done. I can hear them.
Sending services.
I'm dispatching emergency services to your location. They're on the way.
Okay, so we got.
Okay.
You're gonna be okay, miss. Everything's going to be okay.
I'm scared to send home.
Airport by now. It's an hour's drive.
Okay, I'm gonna
Safe
send
there,
them.
isn't it? It should be, right?
No. They're fine.
I'm sure they're fine.
They're fine.
miss.
There's no reason to like
You just
scare her.
Stay where you are.
Yeah. Thank you for the help. You saved my life, I think. Thank you.
You think? No! Don't engage! Don't engage! You're just one team. Okay.
Going there. Ready for action.
Ready for next case. Sir.
They're so ready.
We're done here.
Okay. We got a man down. It's just one man down. It's fine. Don't worry.
Awaiting orders.
Can I advise? Reporting.
It's fine. It's fine. What is this? Motorcycle incident. Oh
Ready
my
for
god.
action. Awaiting orders.
Okay.
Roger.
On site. Paramedics needed.
Yes, I'm aware about the paramedics.
Ready for action.
Operator.
We need.
Operator.
Okay, we need one down there. Fast. Another medical suspected bite. Fine, could just go down there.
Going back to base.
Drunk driver.
Reporting.
Take him out.
Operator.
Where? Trapped under rubble. How?
Reporting. Going there. Receiving.
What is this?
Roger. Awaiting
Reroute.
We're done here.
What is this? Aggressive man again.
Operator.
Okay,
Receiving.
we'll risk the motorcycle crew.
Returning to base.
Intervention necessary. Aggressive behavior. An officer has
No, I shouldn't have risked it. No, I've lost two cops today.
Ready for action.
Fighting in the store. I'm sending my APC down there,
Awaiting
or
orders.
my SWAT crew.
Going there.
Clear. Going there. Receiving.
Receiving. On my way.
Case resolved. Copy.
Case resolved. We found the subject.
14 County 97.
Suspicious persons.
Intervention necessary.
Case
Aggressive
resolved.
behavior.
Operator. Receiving. Going to the incident.
Awaiting further ambulance here. Requesting a medic here.
Okay, a medic. Okay, fine.
Reporting.
Get a medic down there.
Going there. Suspects awaiting medical is on the way to the hospital. Order called off.
Standing by. Operator. Awaiting further orders.
So we lost two cops. We gotta hire new ones.
Medic here. Returning to base.
Oh, oh my god, that was bad. It's gonna get worse. New vehicles, gear, ooh. Heavy technical equipment, tactical uniform. Ooh. Interrogations, arrest, okay. They're everywhere, yup. One took me yesterday, for instance, I managed to escape without being bitten, da-da-da, wandering at night. Mobile police station, okay. Designed to relieve police units after setting transport the captured suspects in it, seated until the end of the duty. Ooh, okay. How much does mobile police unit cost? I don't see it. Unmarked patrol car. Yeah, I can't see it. Weird. Okay. Okay, what do we got? We got $100 something. A robot. Police sergeant. No. Yeah, there we go. Policeman. A dog. A dog's not gonna be able to do anything against zombies. Okay, what I want to do is arm the rest of my guys with assault rifles. So I can... Let me see what I can get. SWAT gear, police protected. What the hell does that mean? Okay. Tactical uniform. Handcuffing, damage. No, I need damage. Okay, so shotgun. Shotgun seems to be like the best approach. Obviously. And they're cheaper. Okay, so what's the downside? So a shotgun. I want at least every crew to have a shotgun in their party. In their party, what is this, D&D? Okay. Right. Okay. Ooh, God, I'm going broke. Can I afford another unit? I don't think I can. Yeah, no, I can't. I'll save up for another patrol. But right now, what do I want to do? Oh, right. Okay, they should be fine now. Should be.
Patrolling.
Surrounded by infected. Off the bat, the worst scenario possible. Okay, doesn't matter. Where's my attack heli? Oh my god, they're all over here. Why are they all over here? The group of suspects.
Awaiting orders.
Ooh, it might be dicey, guys.
Receiving.
Fighting the infected.
Ready for action.
Why? Why are you fighting the infected? Come on.
Awaiting orders. On my way.
Operator.
Let's disperse them.
Rescue 6-1, engine 6-1.
Wandering infected. Okay, that we can deal with.
On my way. Awaiting orders.
Ready for action.
Operator.
I'm waiting for my
Patrolling.
so my APC unit to go in so that my helicopter can provide backup. Oh, there's a lot of them. There's 3. Okay. Okay, one aggressive person. That's fine.
Reporting. Shots fired.
Yep.
Receiving. On my way.
Standing down.
Oh my god.
Ready for action.
Just sit in the back. Why are you going down?
Requesting backup. Case resolved.
Okay, we're fine.
Medical assistance.
There's just a few bitten people. It's fine.
Ready
Collapsed
for
roof.
action.
Easy. I'll send a heli over there.
Roger.
What do we got here? Heart attack, that's fine. That can be dealt with easily. Blocked road? Blocked road, why?
Going back.
Probably a crash. Or some moron thought it would be a good idea to barricade the middle of the road.
Returning to base.
Okay,
We found the subject.
good. Aggressive man.
Ready for action.
We could deal with that with a heli.
Receiving.
Fire alarm. Shouldn't take that long.
Aggressive individual here.
And immediately took him out. Great. What is
Sir,
this?
you
A
should
stroke.
take this. Guy knows our private lines.
Chief Dispatch, how can I help?
Okay.
We need help securing the public facilities.
Facilities.
Out of control.
What facilities?
Which facilities need assistance, specifically?
Hospitals, government buildings, police departments. We need as much help as you can give us.
Okay, how many buildings?
And how many buildings is that?
It's a lot. You and I both know it. It's hard to estimate. A couple of dozen at least.
What? Who are you? Is it important?
What kind of help do you need?
We need anyone you can send. Police, medics on site. But most of all, we need firemen to help building barracks.
Okay, we need firemen.
Infected keep pushing through.
We can't help? We'll help.
Fine, we'll provide some assistance. Not much, but we'll help however we can.
Thank you. You're doing the right thing.
What is this?
Reporting. Going
Okay,
there.
SWAT team. I'm setting a
Going
SWAT.
there.
What unit?
31.
Hold on, guys.
1499, what you want to put?
14 County 97.
What unit?
631. Duncan, they're all 30.
1431.
Suzanne, I got you in Route 1921.
Okay, we are so back, guys. We are so back.
Also, you have
Right, what am I doing?
309.
Oh, that's right. We need to secure these things.
Operator.
Because for some reason, this guy has like main character syndrome.
Okay, 1431.
Ready for action.
He's like, we need to secure this. Heart attack, that's fine.
Going there.
Oh god, what's here? Oh, no infected. We're okay. We're doing good.
Operator.
Ready for action.
I'll barricade the buildings. That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awaiting further
Crash on
orders.
fire. Great.
Case resolved. Returning to base. Awaiting further orders.
Aggressive persons
Ready for action.
or person.
Roger.
Reporting.
it's
Going
fine.
there.
Reporting.
Reporting.
Did multiple tickets we're getting
Ready for next case.
Okay, they're all dealing with it.
Receiving.
We're done here.
Luckily, okay, they're all
Ready
dealing with
for
it.
action.
What is this? Blocked road.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, I'll send one over there.
Requesting support.
Returning to base. Standing
What is this?
down.
Knife assault. Why are you knifing someone?
Awaiting
I have
orders.
Brian Diaz out of Huntington Park. Got a deal.
Case
Okay,
resolved.
they
Ready
took him
for
out.
action. Going there.
Ready for next case. Operator.
Yeah, this property
Awaiting
needs help.
further orders.
Surrounded by infected. Ooh.
Receiving.
Ooh.
On my way.
Okay, I'm setting my APC over there, along with my attack heli. And another patrol vehicle.
Adam 1035 Mary.
Awaiting further orders.
Starting patrol.
Reporting. On my way.
Oh no!
Ready for action.
Don't do it! You have so much. You don't have much to live for. I'll be honest, dude. The world's going down.
We need a medic here.
Awaiting orders.
No, no, please! Why would you engage?
Receiving.
Got a deal.
Awaiting further orders.
Requesting
Injured on
immediate
site.
transport to the
Paramedics
hospital.
Oh wait, there's no man down. It's fine. Whatever. The civilian population could deal with it.
Operator.
Rescue 61. Receiving. Ready for action.
10-4.
Reporting. 10-4, hey, can you 11?
Okay, fire alarm. That's fine. Easy.
What you want to put?
We're done here. Returning to base.
Another call.
911, what's your emergency?
Help! They're everywhere.
Again? Address.
Where are you?
I'm out.
Okay.
They're gonna get me.
Oh. Oh.
Operator?
Oh no. Oh well. I'm sending 2 SWAT units. They should survive.
Operator?
One of them's fully loaded. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Yeah, I think there's gonna be multiple corpses there.
Operator?
They got her. Yeah, I don't know why she decided to get on the phone while she was being chased. Like, at least the other girl she was inside a house. A gang war. Okay, guys, there's a gang war during the zombie apocalypse. Why? What are you fighting over?
Going to the incident.
Immediate transport to the hospital.
Medical transport needed. Going out on
Oh my god!
Man down! Officer down!
An officer has been shot.
Bro!
Ready for action. Going to the incident. Reporting. Going there. Roger.
I just lost 2 entire crews. Because she didn't tell me how many there were.
Ready for action.
Roger.
I blame her.
Awaiting orders. Roger.
Receiving.
8 brave
Receiving.
police people just died because of her fault.
Intervention necessary.
Never mind, 7. Surrounded by infected. You could deal with it. A gang war.
Operator?
Break it up,
Ready
dude.
for action.
Roger.
Don't think they're all dirty.
There's. Oh, dude.
Going there.
Operator, medical transport needed.
No, back up, dude.
Starting patrol duty.
Missing person? Yeah, they're probably dead somewhere.
Ready for action.
I'm gonna be real.
Ready for action.
What do we got here?
Receiving.
Receiving. Going to the incident. Ready for the next case.
Okay.
Operator?
Next time there's like a call like this, I'm just gonna leave them alone. They can wander on out.
Ready for action.
It is not my problem. That lady was dead from the jump.
Reporting. Suspects in custody requesting transport.
Yes, ma'am. One to let you know.
Awaiting orders. Roger.
You have
Oh god.
30 Nottingham.
Awaiting orders.
What is this? Acute poisoning? I don't even know what that is.
Operator,
I got you covered, sir. 17.
going back to base.
Search complete. We need more water. Immediate transport.
More water.
Reporting. Going there.
Oh, there's a fire.
Clear. Requesting immediate transport to the
Immediate
hospital.
transport to the hospital.
I need like more units down here. Quickly.
We need an ambulance here.
Going there. Case resolved. Order canceled. On my way.
Medical transport needed. Standing by.
Going
Waiting
to the
ambulance here. Starting patrol duty.
10-4.
Returning to base.
Okay.
Ready for action.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Going back to base.
Roger.
Yes, ma'am.
We're done here.
We are en route. Also,
Reporting. In pursuit.
Ready for the next case. Awaiting further orders.
Awaiting further order there.
Oh my god. I lost so many people. Dead? Okay. Injured, dead. Okay. Well, great. Say goodbye to all my money. Great, dude. Oh my god. That was chaotic, yeah. Honestly, I think this is a good place to stop stream for now. Next stream, I want to see if I can get to like 12. The max I think is 12 levels. Oh no, okay, perfect. I have to study, enjoy stream. Thank you. Hopefully you can study well. I heard midterms have been to hell if you're in college. If you're in high school, well, still study. But yeah, thanks for everyone who stopped by. And until next time, it should be streaming soon. I actually have a schedule for streaming now, just like my videos. But yeah, we're in finals now. Good luck, dude. I've heard they've been the worst to deal with. But yeah, Goodbye. Subscribe, obviously. Always helps to support. And I will see you guys later. Thank you. I'll stream later. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.